So Verity calls us to seek truth, and in doing so, for us as stewards and our board as a group of stewards, it's really thinking deeply in our decision making around our truth and the truth for the organisation. And sometimes that can be difficult. It can be difficult in decision making, ensuring that the decisions we're taking are the right decisions, and that each of us, I guess, are true to our own values as well as the Loreto values, but really being truth in ourselves and thinking through deeply and reflecting upon the decisions we take and the impact of those decisions. So truth and honesty are really core to the way that we wish to operate and the way that we wish to operate both ourselves as a board of stewards, but equally the way we wish to operate with our schools. So in our relationship with our schools, we'll be having discussions about all manner of issues, and it's important that through those discussions we're as clear and as honest as we possibly can be. They are as clear and honest as they can possibly be in terms of any intersection or any dissection of positions, but also we can work through truthfully those decisions that we need to take jointly.
As you get older, you realise that justice and injustice are caused by systems and structures that perpetuate injustice and inequity. And I think the value of a Loreto education is that it gives students concepts to work with. It teaches them how to put words to those concepts, and it teaches them that they have agency in the world to take action in situations of injustice. There are a number of different arms of the Loreto world that work in this area, in social justice, Mary Ward International and other ministries. And I think through that very, very close community, there are so many opportunities to see justice in action. And it's not just about thinking about justice, it's about outreach. And I often think that the injustice in Mary Ward's time was of its time, and she responded to those issues that she saw. But I've described it before, the arc of her legacy lands strongly in our time as well. And what are those issues of the day that we are teaching our students to be alive to, and to say to them, you have agency to do something about this.
You've asked me how does this new board work towards making it a fairer and just world. I would start by saying that for me, justice isn't just social justice, and that's where we start with the students, of course. But justice to me is right relationships. First of all, relationships with yourself, with God, with the people around you, and then it's the whole community that you belong to. So if you get relationships right, and again, I think our schools have got the structures for this to happen, you can open especially the teenage minds to the sense of what needs to be done and a sense of urgency about being advocates for change.
What gives me hope about the future of this work is just spending time with students. We've just had the most incredible 150 celebration today, and to feel the energy and the buzz in the student community for a celebration like this is just quite extraordinary. Looking at the student population here today, the thought struck me that the future leaders of our world are sitting in our student body right now. Now, they don't know it, but you know, they are the people who will then graduate to the sorts of roles that we have now, and we're very, very lucky, incredibly lucky, to have those sorts of engaged students who really sort of see themselves on that sort of course.
So why is sincerity important? I think, number one, it's important anywhere. It's not important as a steward, it's important in life, and people notice sincerity. In fact, I would challenge anyone who's listening, you noticed and expect sincerity from nearly everybody else. You should surely expect to provide it yourself. And I think we're harder on other people to provide sincerity than we hold ourselves accountable. So that's sort of a, life should have sincerity in it. It helps in that sort of leadership context. If you can hold counsel and act with a level of sincerity in everything that you contemplate, people notice that that's how you go about things, and they can sort of take confidence in what you've got to say. It doesn't mean that there's not conflicting views. It doesn't mean that there's not various ways to approach a problem. But if you do it with sincerity, I think people will always appreciate that, assume good intent, and move forward with a plan to make good.
Freedom is, as a virtue or as a value in Loreto story, I believe opens a way of acting in the world. And to do that, the first thing that needs to happen, and what I found myself, is that developing a deep appreciation of myself as a human being journeying through life. And in developing that deep appreciation and an appreciation of the dignity of myself, coming to grips and understanding the dignity of the other people I live and work with is central to the foundation of freedom, because out of the respect for the dignity of all, I can embrace others in their difference, and that gives you confidence to walk into the world with a certain determination to be open to the world.
We have these schools, they are fantastic schools. Let's push them into the future with a sense of almost courage. I think that's what Mary Ward would say. Courageous, justice-loving schools that we can be proud of and will make a difference in society more generally. That's what freedom says to me. So I think for the students, it's freedom to be who they are, freedom to choose a path that they want to take, and freedom to say, this is the God that I believe in, this is the message of Jesus I'm going to take with me from this school. This is a message of hope.
Felicity is an important value of Loreto, but felicity is joy. And Loreto to me is great joy. Being present and being at the schools and seeing the girls' delight just makes you filled with joy. I think it's important to keep felicity at the heart of everything we do. There's many external factors in the world that cause us uncertainty and angst, and to find the joy in such a wonderful institution as we have here, and some beautiful schools in beautiful locations, and just watch girls achieve, just gives me great joy. And it's important to look back at the importance of women's education. That's why we're here, and that gives me joy.